So, sweetheart, welcome to the ninth thing. So, the ninth thing that we learned, guys, and this one is incredibly practical. And I think it's something that maybe, they say feedback is the breakfast of champions.
Wow.
So wait, like we think of ourselves, and we talked about vision earlier, and we talk about like we think about ourselves as, and we say this prayer, we say, God, help us to be the best husband. God, help me to be the best wife. And that requires feedback. So that, tell me, what have we learned about feedback, and any interesting stories on feedback?
Over the years, my husband is very good. He's the one that I don't really ask for feedback, but he comes to me, say that, please tell me what do you need me to do better? What am I not doing? And we sit down. Most times it might be in the middle of the night, it might be early in the morning, as the spirit leads. He will just come, say that, please, can you write, give me some feedbacks. Let me work on them. Most of the time, it's the one that comes to me. I don't really ask for his own feedback, but he is very good at feedback, and he takes them. Funny enough, I think there was a time I complained to him that we don't go out enough. What is this? We just be indoor, and he took the feedback. And now, almost, I would say maybe twice a month, we go out. We go out like never before, and people keep asking, you are always going out. And it was because my husband decided that he was going to take the feedback of we are too relaxed, we are too into ourselves.
Yeah, because I think that, like, I know a lot of people find this like difficult to believe, but I'm more of like the introverted one. So I can spend like 6 months,
1 year in the house,
inside the house. Like, I don't have to go anywhere. I get energy from like being indoors, even though when I'm outdoors, I can relate with people as well. And I know that in like you said, I was very intentional about like what are the things that could be my blind side?
Yeah.
Like, what are the things that I could be doing that you are not finding easy to accommodate? Because at the end of the day, I really think that you are there to make me better as well, just like I'm here to make you better. And the only way that we learned that we can do this is like being very open. As a matter of fact, asking for it. And I know you said that you don't ask for it, but I know that I knew that if I did it, I would inspire you as well to be more reflective on what are the things that you could do to make, or what are the things that maybe are in your character or in your behaviors, as an example, that could make us better as a couple. I'm with you, or you?
You're waiting for me. So it's very important we take feedback. Even, what are some of the feedback you gave me in the past?
I think I've given you feedback around like just I know one of the ones that we talk a lot about is how do you engage with the children, as an example. We've talked about like, if the kids are, we talk like it's not everything that requires us to maybe be to raise our voice. I know we've talked about or spank, for example. I mean, spanking is necessary when it is necessary, but I think, let me talk about like feedback that I think has been feedback you've taken that's for us as an example, as a couple. We'll talk a lot about like how we show up, or how you, when you are aggrieved, how you give feedback to me. As an example, some of the time you're upset, and understandably you're upset, but I've given you feedback around, I feel like, if you're upset and you want to tell me something, like, just be calm, and come at it from a place that as a man, I'm able to, of course, take your grievances on board.
Yeah, and I noticed too that couples, when they fight, like when they come back to reconcile, they don't really talk about what led to it. They just, most times couples just move on from the fight, like okay, let's just move on. But no, don't move on. Go back, discuss it. and make sure that what caused the grievance at first doesn't happen again. But if you don't discuss all those things, you don't get feedback of.
And you're right. That's an important episode. We're two human beings, have two different perspectives, sometimes. And when we have those conversations or when we have those arguments, I think taking the feedback on how we could have approached it better. Because at the end of the day, we're the same team. We're one team. And like we said, we talked about purpose. Our purpose and our vision is the same. But maybe it's just the road to the place.
The road to the place is like this.
That was different. And then how the person essentially, showed up. But I've always appreciated you giving me feedback. I think it's something that has really helped me, become better. It's something that has, we also have to take the feedback, and be open to working on improving ourselves, in the area of, in that particular area. I've also given you feedback before around, so that I think that you can do a great job of mentoring, more people and young girls, and it's stuff that is part of our vision and our purpose. But I think you've also taken that feedback and you've ran with it.
Yeah.
So, I think that this is one that is really important that, couples really need to think about is, am I asking for feedback? You remember we said, feedback is the breakfast of champions. And the best person to tell you how well you are doing is your spouse. And we have to make sure that we are setting time apart and being intentional in receiving, the feedback that can help us improve and grow in our relationship together. So thank you so much for spending time with us on this episode. We'll see you in the next video.